This is the Brookdale Netlab Cyber Intro Part 2, Lab 12, Hunting a Backdoor. My name is Ember.
I'm Liana.
And we are going to walk you through this lab. When you open up Brookdale Netlabs, you are going to schedule a lab using the GS Cyber Intro Part 2 content. Then scroll down to Lab 12, Hunting a Backdoor, and schedule a reservation. Hit Submit when you have done that, and then enter the lab. When you open the lab, you will get this topology. Now, open the Windows 7 virtual machine. If you happen to get this screen in a rare occasion, you are going to hit Start Windows normally. If you get this Windows activation screen, you are going to hit X. When you open up the Windows 7 virtual machine, you are automatically logged in as the InfoSec user. However, you do not want to be in this user at the start. So, at the bottom left corner, you're going to hit the Start button, the arrow next to the Shutdown button, and hit Log Off. You will get to this user selection screen. When you get to the login screen, select Goofy and enter the password in all lowercase, happy123. Again, if you get this activation screen, hit the red X in the top right corner. On the desktop, click the CMD-shortcut icon to open a command prompt. In Goofy's Downloads folder, there is a copy of the Netcat application. To change that directory into the download/netcat folder, at the command prompt, type cd /users, capital U, /goofy, capital G, /downloads, capital D, /netcat, capital N and C. Now you are in the Netcat folder and Goofy's Downloads folder. Type in dir in all lowercase to confirm that nc.exe is in fact in this folder. We want to start a Netcat listener on port 6666 that will execute a command prompt when another device makes a connection. Type nc.exe -l-p 6666 -e cmd.exe -d. We include the -d option so that once the listener is started, we can close the CMD window. After hitting enter, the cursor will just sit at the next line. Close the CMD window by clicking the red X in the top right corner. Switch to the Kali virtual machine. The username for the Kali virtual machine will be in all lowercase, student, and the password will be password, also in all lowercase. Right-click anywhere on the desktop and click Open Terminal here. Now, type in nc-v 192.168.100.101. And then after, type in 6666. Now hit enter. Wait about 10 to 15 seconds, or don't wait at all if your machine is faster, and the connection will appear. Be patient and you will see this result. Leave this Kali terminal window open as you work through part 2. Now that the backdoor is active, follow InfoSec's step as administrator to identify and mitigate this threat. Return to the Windows 7 VM and switch users to InfoSec. Instead of logging off, you will just switch users. So click the Start button in the bottom left corner and switch users to InfoSec with password p@SSWORD12345! Remember, it is imperative that you do not log off from Goofy. To check the connections on this computer, use the icon on the desktop to open a command prompt to type in netstat-na. Now scroll up. Notice that there is an active connection on port 6666. InfoSec doesn't recognize this port, which is suspicious. To find out what application is running on that port, type in netstat-ab. This produces a list including application names. Scroll up in the list to find that port 6666 is associated with the nc.exe app. An established connection to the PC from an unknown app is suspicious. Now, close the command prompt window by clicking the X in the top right corner. To identify which user has started the suspicious application, open Task Manager by sending the Control-Alt-Delete signal. To do this, you are going to go into the top bar, click the arrow next to Windows 7, and hit Send Control-Alt-Delete. And then select Start Task Manager. Click on the Applications tab. This should be empty, nothing suspicious. Now click on the Processes tab. You should see a list of 8 processes running from system or InfoSec usage, nothing suspicious. At the bottom of the Task Manager, click to check Show Processes from All Users. The window will fill with additional processes run by other PC users, including Goofy. InfoSec will notice Goofy is running cmd.exe, which is not suspicious. Many users use terminal on a computer. InfoSec will also notice Goofy is running nc.exe. InfoSec knows that it isn't on the list of approved applications. Suspicious. InfoSec will not click End Process because he needs to find out more information just in case it is a valid program. He also needs to know where the program files are stored on the PC. Close Task Manager by clicking on the X in the top right corner. On the desktop, click on the sysinternals folder and double-click on procexp.exe. This will start the Process Explorer application. Scroll down to find nc.exe listed in the left column. There is no description or company name listed for this process. Process Explorer will harvest this information from the software application properties, but nc.exe doesn't have that info, which is also suspicious. InfoSec needs some research on nc.exe, but a Google search isn't enough. They must use a reliable source to identify if nc.exe is a threat. In Process Explorer, InfoSec can use check virus total to do a lookup. In Process Explorer, right-click on nc.exe and select Check Virus Total. In the Virus Total column, you will see hash submitted, as virustotal.com reviews the file to see if it has been reported as malware. Next, virustotal.com will return a score on whether the examined process is a threat. The example below shows a score of 30 over 75, but yours may be different. This means 30 out of 75 security vendors identified nc.exe as a threat. Security vendors are like those Symantec that deal with antivirus and other security tools. When InfoSec clicks on the score, it takes her to the VirusTotal website with more information, including the hash of the NC file submitted. InfoSec decides that all the evidence indicates this is malware and needs to be removed. To kill the process running netcat, in Process Explorer, right-click on nc.exe and select Kill Process. In the pop-up message, click OK. Notice that cmd.exe on Goofy's machine is still running. Right-click on cmd.exe and select Kill Process. Now, close Process Explorer by clicking the X in the top right corner. To delete netcat files, open up File Explorer by clicking the file icon in your bar. In the left panel, click Computer, double-click Local Disk, and then double-click on Users. On the right, double-click on Goofy's folder. Note the lock. Because InfoSec is an administrator, she can access other users' files. Inside Goofy's folder, open the Downloads folder and delete the netcat folder by dragging the folder onto the recycle bin on your desktop. On the desktop, right-click on the recycle bin and select empty recycle bin. Now we have to confirm that the backdoor is no longer listening on any port. By doing this, open a command prompt, type in netstat.-ab, and scroll through the list to make sure netcat didn't start up again on the other port. We can see netcat is no longer an active application. Congratulations, you have completed this lab. You may now close the Netlab reservation.